Hello everybody, welcome back to Blue Jay Acres, home of Noel's big family life. Welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. And today we are doing a full day of meals, cooking, and all that good stuff. So let's just go on and we'll start with a simple breakfast today. Here's breakfast. Okay, so for breakfast today, we are just gonna use this unsweetened Greek yogurt. This is just me and Ronnie today for breakfast. So I'm gonna add some into a bowl. We're just doing a smaller breakfast. And then I just have some honey here, and I'm gonna do some honey on top. And then I have a bunch of berries prepped as part of my meal prep this week that I did. So I'm gonna add some variety of berries. And then I have some blackberries as well. And I have some blueberries. And I don't have any homemade granola, but we had some of this keto nut granola. And I just wanted to kind of use that up too. So I'm going to add some of that to the top. And that's it. That is our breakfast for today. All right, now it is 11:30 in the morning and I am about to run with Luke, but here in the oven real quick, I'll just show you. I baked some bread. I've got some cooking there. In fact, it's almost ready to come out of the oven. I did not share making the bread this morning because I've shared with you guys so many times me making bread. If you still want me to share it with you, let me know down below and I will. I know some of you are probably like, oh, you've shown how to make your sandwich bread like so many times. So this one is just my whole wheat flour, honey, salt, yeast, water, and olive oil. I think that was everything. I think I said it all. And that's all, and honey, if I didn't say honey. That's what's in this one. So it's a honey wheat bread, very basic, very simple. And we're gonna make a bean spread to go with it and some veggie sticks and stuff like that when I get home for lunch. And then we we're gonna make dinner rolls tonight though for dinner. So that I will share with you because you guys always love to see the rolls. And we're doing the dinner rolls because I actually last night I had made some meatballs. So I'm kind of cooking for today, for tonight, and for tomorrow. So we'll make the dinner rolls tonight and that will also be used to go with dinner tonight, but then it'll also be used to go with dinner tomorrow because we'll make like just some little meatball subs or little meatball sandwiches. And that'll be our dinner tomorrow. So one of the things I'm doing right now is kind of cooking, which is another reason for the every other day videos. Kind of cooking every other day. And that's my goal for right now, because then once summer hits in a few weeks to a month and we're busy, then I only want to cook a couple days a week. So I live in my kitchen. I live in it all fall, all winter. And honestly, through like till now, I get tired, I get burnt out. A lot of times I kind of drop off doing videos and stuff because I'm just burnt out. I'm burnt out on cooking And I know that's what everybody wants to see, but I'm ready to not be in the kitchen. Same as everybody's ready to be outside. I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready to be doing other stuff. So that's why I am gonna, again, do the every other day. And I'm gonna give a variety of videos. Someone asked, will there be still shopping hauls and budgets? So shopping hauls, yes, if it falls on when I do. They're very boring. Right now, I'm only shopping twice a month, and is for produce and maybe a little bit of cheese, a little Greek yogurt, something like that. I do a weekly milk pickup for my raw milk, and that's it. And as our gardens come in, I won't really be buying the vegetables. I'll just buy a little bit of fruit and, you know, the little bit of things like that. So little maybe cheese, that kind of stuff. So they're very boring, but I will share them with you if the video taping day falls on that. So like every other week, it should hit on a Saturday, the every other day. So every other week, there should be the shopping haul, and I should be able to get that for you guys. But again, they're very boring, but I will share that with you. And then as far as cooking, I'm also going to be doing major meal preps on Sundays. So you guys should see that probably every other week as it hits. And I will do another cooking day, big cooking day, either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how, how the video hits and kind of just what we're doing. Because one of those 2 days, we will just be staying home and not doing much of anything. For sure on Thursdays, possibly Wednesdays as well. So that's kind of what's going on with that. Could be my last summer with all of my girls home. I don't know. Ash is undecided if she's going to enlist this summer at the end of the summer, or she's going to stay with ROTC through college. She keeps going back and forth. I think it depends on if she gets into the certain program in ROTC or not. So she could be going away. And so I just want to spend as much time with my babies as I can, no matter how old they get. So I'm glad so many of you are happy to see them back. Also, as far as the budget goes, we did plan this month. I'm sorry, I just forgot it was the first yesterday, or the second. But we did plan on putting $2,000 directly onto our debt this month. However, the laptop broke. I was uploading the video for you guys and everything, and we got what Luke calls the blue screen of death. The blue screen popped up that it was just done. It just died. Just completely died. So we had to go and get a new laptop. So we were able to put $1,000 directly down on our debt to pay that down for this month. All of our expensive stuff though really will be over very soon. Spring is like the most, I feel like, expensive time in homesteading, especially. There's so much to be bought. And we add new animals every year, so there's new things that we need for the animals every year, fencing and you know, all that kind of stuff that goes with it. New waters, new fencing. Our cow water has a small hole in it, so we're gonna have to get a new water trough for the cows. We added pigs this year, so we had to, you know, build the houses. We had to buy the pig fencing. So all of that, just spring is the most expensive time of the year, I feel like, for us. You got to buy all your canning jars and canning lids and things that you still need for, you know, when canning season hits. It's just a very expensive time. So hopefully next month we'll be able to put even more away. All right, well, I'm gonna get this bread out of the oven, and I need to go, so I know it was chatty. As soon as I get back, then we're gonna make this really good white bean spinach dip. And I can make that because Charles is not home, because he will not eat that, and that's something I love. So I'm gonna make that, and I'll share that with you guys, and we'll add that on some homemade bread, some veggie sticks. It'll be delicious. All right, we are back from speech therapy, and I'm starving. So let's start this bean dip that we're gonna make. It's spinach and white bean, and I think it's gonna be delicious. Okay, so I got my pan here on high heat. I'm just gonna add some olive oil. All right, to this, I'm gonna add just a bunch of spinach. The rest of this bag. gonna add some garlic. And I'm just gonna saute this garlic and spinach for a few minutes, just kind of wilt it all. I'm making a mess. So a couple great suggestions you guys gave me for summer activities was Kosai. Luke went there a couple years ago, and oh my gosh, he absolutely loves it. He asks all the time to go. My only thing with that is it's expensive. So that's my issue with that. And then somebody else mentioned the Creation Museum, or maybe it's called ARC now. And I just have to look and see what the price is on that. But that is something that we've not been to, but he would probably really like and love. Okay, now I'm going to move this from the heat. And turn this burner off. Another suggestion was camping. And I love this idea of camping. I took all my kids camping. However, my only issue with camping now is somebody has to be here at night for the animals and during the day for the animals. And if something were to happen overnight with the animals. On top of that, Luke has never been camping because he has a night routine and a morning routine, and that would very much get messed up going camping. So I don't think we're ready just yet. It is in the cards eventually. In fact, the girls volunteer. Well, Ash has done it now for a couple years, and Ronnie and Brooke are going to volunteer with her this year for a special needs camp, and they do a summer camp. And they have a lot of autistic kids there as well. And they stay for a week. So one day, I might have Luke try something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of too much of a helicopter mom, I think, for that. But we'll see. The girls love it. They think Luke would love it, especially if he could do a daytime. But they think it would be too much, and I do too, for all day, all night, all of that. But that's a cool thing that they do around here. All right, so now we got that spinach wilted. Now we're gonna get out our food processor and just whip this up really quick. All right, so then in our food processor, make sure I haven't used this in a while. You want 2 cups of white beans. This is just a can of Great Northern beans that I rinsed and drained. Move you down here a little bit so you can see better. Then we're going to do about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. About 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. A tablespoon of lemon juice. About 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Now, nutritional yeast is something maybe you guys don't all have sitting around. It's something that when we were doing plant-based that I really liked and I keep around, and my kids really like it, and we add it to when we have spaghetti or anything like that. Nutritional yeast is not like regular yeast. It is actually really high in B vitamins, and it's really good for you. And it has like a cheesy flavor. It's called Nooch in a lot of other places. But it's really good. So if you haven't tried it before, it's something that maybe you want to try. Just sprinkle a little bit on this or that. Kind of like what you would put a Parmesan cheese on. It's really good. And I'm going to add some pepper. Now I'm just going to pulse this or turn it on until it gets good and smooth. So it's going to be kind of like a hummus. I think to help it smooth, I'm just going to add a little bit more olive this nutritional yeast got just kind of pushed to the sides. I'm gonna push that down in there because I want that in there. And we'll turn it on again. Now I'm gonna add in this garlic and spinach. And we're just gonna pulse this in. So then the finished product just kind of looks like this. So you can see there's still some good chunks of spinach in there. So now for lunch, I'm just going to put some here in this little dish. I'm also gonna just cut up some of the homemade wheat bread. Or you could just spread it on top of it if you wanted. I like to just kind of do it like this. I'm gonna have some carrots as well. And some cucumber. So that is gonna be my lunch. Ronnie, I'm not sure what she's gonna eat yet. She'll probably make just like a peanut butter sandwich on the homemade bread. But this is something I just was kind of craving. So it's really good. It'll be even better when it's cold. Okay, I'm gonna go eat my lunch because I'm starving, and I'll see you guys at dinner time. Alright, it is going on 4 o'clock, so it is time to start the dinner rolls. So I told you this morning I made a really simple loaf of sandwich bread. So dinner rolls, I do it a little bit different. And one of the things, if I wasn't doing whole wheat, is I would use bread flour. But otherwise, instead of water, I use milk. Instead of just oil, I do a mix of oil and butter. I add an egg to it. Very simple little tweaks, and it makes it taste completely different. And it's a super soft, wonderful bread for dinner rolls. Alright, I'm going to make a small batch of rolls. So I'm going to start with 1 cup of warm milk. I'm making a small batch because there's only 3 of us here and for a few more days. So I just won't need as much. I'm going to add some honey to this. I like to add a couple tablespoons, probably like 2 to 3, because I like when you make rolls, for them to be a little sweeter than bread would be. Kind of like how Hawaiian sweet rolls are a little sweeter, more of like a honey wheat. So I'm going to add the honey to this. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of yeast. I'm just going to stir this. And then I'm going to let this sit until it gets nice and bubbly. About 5 minutes or so. Okay, now I'm going to add some melted butter. I'm just going to do that instead of oil today. I'm also going to add an egg. I'm going to do about 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to start with 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Another 1/2 cup of flour to this, and that should be good, about 2.5 cups of flour. Okay, so now this is done, and then my favorite way to have dough rise is to just cover it and put it in the oven, but put the oven light on. So you don't turn your oven on, just turn the oven light on. And it makes it rise beautifully. It's definitely my new favorite way. Of course, in the summer, I don't have to worry about that because it's so hot. But now, like it's a chilly day, the oven light works perfect. So I'm gonna put it in the oven with the oven light on for about an hour. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my dish and just spray it. It's non-stick spray. And then I've got my dough here. I'm just gonna punch it down. And I'm just going to pinch it off into rolls. And just fill this up with them. And then I'm going to cover and let this rise again. Alright, so I'm going to cover and put this back in the oven with the oven light on for about 30 minutes. Okay, so next I'm going to make some vegetable soup to go with dinner tonight. So on this front burner, I'm going to heat up some olive oil. This is where having all my veggies prepped has really helped. So I'm going to be adding some potatoes, some carrots, some onions, some celery, some green beans that I already had ready to go. Along with a couple cans of diced tomatoes, can of corn, and I had this one vegetable broth left. Oh, sorry, there it is. One vegetable broth left that I needed to use up. Okay, so I'm going to just start with my onions, celery, and carrots. Got a few green beans in here, but that's alright. One of you mentioned going to Mammoth Cave also this summer, and I think that is a wonderful idea. I've actually never been there, so I would like to see it. Charles isn't sure if Luke would do good with it or not. I'm going to add some salt here, but that is a great idea, and I can see if he does good with it, and I know that that will be expensive. I'm going to add some pepper. I'm going to add these potatoes and green beans. I'm also going to add some garlic here. Somewhere else we definitely will be going is the library. Luke loves libraries. So you definitely want to go there too. So this is just a very basic, simple vegetable soup. And this will double as part of dinner tonight, if I didn't already say that, and it will be served as lunch tomorrow. Next, I'm going to have my 2 cans of tomatoes. And I thought I grabbed regular corn, but I grabbed cream corn. But I think that'll be just fine. And I'm going to add the veggie broth. And I'm going to stir this. Then I like to add a little Italian seasoning. I'm going to stir that up, and then I'm going to add in a couple bay leaves as well. And I'm just going to let this cook until these vegetables are nice and tender. Okay, now we're moving into our dinner rolls, which have risen nicely. I'm going to set my oven at 350. Okay, I'm going to just take one beaten egg and put it over the top. Then I'm going to pop these in the oven. Alright, while we're waiting on that to finish, I have some corn boiling there, and I'm going to get the ribs ready for tonight. So I have this rack of ribs that we got actually about this time last year. It was, well, I guess maybe it was August last year. So I'm just gonna bake this, and I've got just about all of this Sweet Baby Ray's. I could definitely make my own barbecue sauce next year. That will be happening, but we have this stuff, so I'm gonna just use it. So I'm just gonna kind of rub this all over it and put this in the oven at 350 to bake. Ronnie does not like ribs, so she is just gonna have the vegetable soup, some corn, and some rolls. Charles doesn't like the soup, so he'll have the ribs and a salad and the rolls and the corn. Alright, so I'm going to pop this in the oven. The rolls are almost done. Soup is just boiling away, doing its thing. I did add a little bit of water to it, just because I felt like it needed it. Alright, so the dinner rolls are done. Alright, so here is dinner then tonight, what it's looking like. This is Charles's salad. He'll do Caesar. Ronnie and I are going to also have salad. There is corn, there's oranges. Ronnie's just having soup. I just wanted a small little bowl. And then of course we have dinner rolls and the ribs. Can't forget butter for the rolls. Alright, I'll have Charles come taste it for you guys. Okay, so here is Charles's plate. Then he's got a roll. You guys, these rolls turned out fabulous. Oranges, corn, ribs, and a salad. Here is what I'm having. A few ribs, some salad, except I do feta cheese on mine, vegetable soup, and a roll. Ronnie is having corn, salad, and soup, some oranges, and rolls. All right. He's gonna taste it for you guys.
Well, so you told me grab a fork. That is big.
Oh, I don't know how you're gonna eat that on camera.
I don't either.
It's gonna be one of those you just gotta pick it up and make a mess.
I'm gonna try to take one of the ribs apart, but
I think you just gotta pick it up and make a mess. No, he got a little bite. That was from our first pig.
that is tender. I didn't get a lot on that, but that was very tender.
Yes, ribs are so messy to eat in front of people. All right, you just have to try the roll. That's it, because you're not doing the soup.
Pause for a second. Let me wash my hands off. All right, now my hands won't taste like barbecue. I have to say
Was you're choking on it?
Okay, that was not the roll. That was just me. Your bread has just been spot on.
Thank you. Yay.
I didn't choke while I said that either.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. So you know the vegetable soup is wonderful. I already tasted it. And we will see you guys on the next one. Bye everybody. Have a great day or night, wherever you are.